What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. Today I want to take a look at the new Amazon exclusive 3-pack Psylocke, Nimrod, and Fantomex. So really cool 3-pack here. The Nimrod is something that I think people have been wanting, and I've really never gotten this version before. Or really, I guess I'm not sure that we've gotten a Nimrod before at all. Then we got a Psylocke that is kind of a repaint of a Psylocke figure we had already received. Still looks good, just a modern take. And then an update on the Fantomex figure. So probably 3 good choices here by Hasbro for this Amazon exclusive. Looking at the box here, we're kind of getting accustomed to these new style boxes that they're doing for the 2-packs and now with this 3-pack. We got kind of that gray slate type of color here as far as for the box art. Got our big X logo, our 3 figure names there, Hasbro logoing in the bottom right. Let's move on up to the top. We just got some Marvel Legends branding along with more of that X logo. On the side, a nice picture of Psylocke. And then we've got some really nice box art or promotional art of each of the figures. These are fantastically done. I'm not sure who the artist is on these. If you know, drop that down in the comments. I'd love to know. Then on this side, we got Fantomex. Let's go ahead and get these 3 figures out of the package and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got our 3 figures out of their packaging and onto our review table. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the accessories for each one of these figures. So for Psylocke, we get pretty much the same accessories that we received with the last iteration of Psylocke, which is more that Jim Lee style 90s version. So we get a sword with a little bit of an effect there that runs down it. The coloring on this is fantastic. The way this fades from really a pink into a purple and then on into really even a darker purple. This looks really, really nice. I actually like this better than the sword we got with the last version of her, but that looks fantastic. Then we got here kind of a telekinetic knife or whatever they call this that you can apply to her to a fisted hand, and she does have an extra hand that comes that we'll look at. That's what this is. Again, the coloring looks phenomenal on that, and then kind of her little face effect here. It would kind of represent her using her mutant ability. And that looks good. Colored and faded kind of the same way as that. And then lastly, you just get a regular fist hand that will be used with one of the accessories there. Now, Nimrod, we've got an additional head sculpt here. Looks really good. So the differences in this one, you got the silver face on that, with kind of the red outline. Here we've got the red face with kind of a white outline. Looks really good. This would probably be the display head there for me. I really like the way that looks. We got a back piece here for him. This just pegs in. You can see there's 2 pegs there for it. That will sit right on his back. Okay, and then we got 2 additional fist hands. You can see we come with kind of the open palm hands there, and then we get a left and a right fisted hand there for Nimrod. So those look really nice. And then a couple little blast effects that will peg into his hands. They're the open hands, and you can see those, just kind of a translucent plastic. Look really good. All right. And then lastly, we have our Fantomex figure. He comes with 2 identical pistols here. No paint on these, just fully sculpted in gray plastic, but they look good. And then 2 effects for these as well. So kind of like what we've seen with the War Machine figure. You've got kind of that bullet blast effect here, and then also kind of that smoking gun effect. Just a clear translucent plastic. So each one of these will peg right into the ends. You can see his gun there has just a peg hole, and that'll peg right into the end of the gun. Looks really, really nice. You got 2 of each effect, so you can display these how you wish. And there's the kind of shooting, blasting effect there. And you have 2 additional ones. So You can put the smoke on both guns or the blast effect on both guns, however you want to do it. Looks really good though. Very, very pleased with really all of the accessories that each one of these guys come with. Now, taking a closer look at the figures themselves. So here we got Psylocke. This is the same face, same head sculpt that we got on the last Psylocke. However, check out the way they did this hair here. This hair is faded from kind of a purple into a dark purple, and then back into a light purple, and then back into a dark purple. I'm not sure how well that is showing up on camera, but it is really, really fantastically done. I think Hasbro, I wish they would have did this type of effect, same effect, with the last figure. Now, she does have, you know, kind of a different paint deco here. This is more of a modern paint deco for what we've seen with Psylocke in the comic books, but it looks really good. None of it's sculpted on, it's just painted directly there over her body. Got a nice little belt here, sash, got the X logo painted there. Pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with the way that's done. And then black all the way down and back up. We'll go ahead and I'll show you the other Psylocke figure here. So you can see that our face sculpt and all is the same on her now. One difference is you can see here on the sash. This sash is kind of a free-flowing sash, doesn't have the X logo on it. This one is not molded in, but it's not going anywhere. It's pretty much in position and going to be held there. Like so, you can see the effects here on the sword, the hand effect, all the same. I don't have the face effect on her, but we also got that same effect here. But the body mold is all the same. It's just painted differently, you know. You know, that's really the difference. Now, one of the big differences here, we can spin them around and you can see how the hair is, this hair is just a solid purple, one single purple color all the way through. This hair on our new figure definitely has some fading and some different shades of purple in it. So really, really nice detail there by Hasbro. And as I said before, I kind of wish, you know, they would have adopted that earlier on this version, on the first version of Psylocke, but they didn't. So that's okay. We got it here. Moving on into our Nimrod figure, we'll go ahead and pull him up here and take a closer look at that face sculpt. So, you know, we'll kind of cover articulation on this guy as well. With the Psylocke, you know, it's not going to be so important. We've already gotten her before. The Fantomex, that's going to be standard Marvel Legend articulation. But with this guy, things could be a little bit different. We don't have any movement up here in his head. But looking at this face sculpt, it's done really, really well. You can see that this is kind of the silver version of that with kind of the red outline around it. To change that out, you basically just have to pop this head off and pop this head right back on. So it's a huge peg under there, you can see, and just pop this one right back down on top of that peg. And now we've got our new face sculpt, which is all red. I really like this face sculpt a lot. As far as getting those arms out, you know, we can get them out to about right there. We do have a swivel in the bicep. We're a little bit hindered by this piece right here that kind of comes up over the top of his shoulder there, that armor piece. Got a nice ratchet, and you can actually even see the ratchet joints there in the elbow. So we got a real nice ratchet there in the arm, but we're only getting it to about 90 degrees. And then just your standard articulation here in the wrist. One thing I will show you here, we do have these blast effects, and he has a peg hole there in his hand, which you can slide that in, and now you have got a nice blast effect coming out of that palm. Looks really good. I like that a lot. So a nice little addition there. When you come down here, we don't have a ton of movement. He's just so big and bulky. You're not going to get a ton of range of motion here. We can't get out but to about there on this, so not a lot going on there. We do have a double jointed knee there, but you can see there's so much bulk in this guy, but so nice at the same time. Down here, we got a little bit of movement, but very little forward, back, side to side, not much at all. And then you can see there the bottom of the feet, no peg holes or anything like that, but he's gonna have no problem standing for you because those feet are so big. But just a really nice sculpt here. We can see we've kind of got that translucent diamond there in the middle. And then on the back, you've just got some nice red accenting. Lots of sculpting detail in this guy, as you can see from the back side there. Real nice. All right, now looking at our Fantomex figure here. This is something we're familiar with. Looks very similar to the original Fantomex release, however, with a little bit of detail change. Real nice looking face sculpt here. They really nailed this. You can even see here we've got seams in the top of his suit here over his face mask. Looks like we got a reuse here of the multiple man jacket, which is fine. This one fits perfectly for him. Got a little bit of dirt there on the inside of the thigh, nothing too bad. Coming on down, these black lines are fairly crisp for Hasbro. I'm pleased with those. I think they did a good job. We got basically just gun holding hands on both sides here with kind of the trigger finger. You can see that on both of these. Got a real nice X logo here, very well painted. We stayed inside the lines. Good job, Hasbro. And that belt kind of comes down and connects up with his gun holsters that come here. We do have these dreaded, I hate these, Cyclops drives me crazy, but these little straps here that they do not secure, and they can, fall. You walk into your man cave, you look over and these have just randomly fallen down for no reason. Drives me crazy. So I kind of wish they would stop using those. I would just almost assume them, go ahead and sculpt them into the sculpt itself. I'm sure this is probably a better way financially for them to do these so that they can have them on for the figures they need and not have them for the figures they don't need. But they are very aggravating. So they have come down on me multiple times as I've been messing with this figure. But there they are. I've got them up as best I can get them. Well, I thought I did. Here it is down again. So yeah, this figure looks really nice. I think it's a good upgrade. And those of us who did not get an opportunity to get Fantomex the first time around, now we got him. We can see that has fallen down again. So let's, real quick, we'll take a look at some size comparisons on these figures so you can kind of see where Nimrod stacks up. I mean, these are standard 6-inch Marvel Legend action figures with the Fantomex, and then Psylocke a little smaller. So you kind of get your size comparison there, but we'll throw in some other Build-A-Figures to kind of help you see how big he is. All right, guys, so you can see here we've got our brand new Venom Pool figure here to the far right, the Psylocke, and our Nimrod figure. You can see Venom stands just a hair shorter than Nimrod. So Nimrod is a big Build-A-Figure. He's a big guy. He's very bulky and solid. I think you'll like the feel of him. And then our Fantomex figure to the far left. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys as far as size comparison is concerned. Hope you enjoyed this quick review. I know we didn't cover articulation. A lot of these Marvel Legends, as we see just re-releases of the same bodies over and over again, I struggle sometimes to do the articulation on them. I feel like we've seen it 100 times, and I don't want to hold you guys in a video, hold you hostage going through a whole bunch of articulation that you're already aware of and know of. It's just the standard Marvel articulation. Sometimes with the Build-A-Figure, we did cover it with this guy because it is slightly different from Build-A-Figure to Build-A-Figure. But anyways, you guys can put in the comments if you still want to see articulation on every single figure, even if it's the third, fourth, fifth time we've gotten that same buck from Hasbro. Put in the comments. I'd be interested to hear your comments or your thoughts on that. If you like this video, click the like button. It definitely helps get this video out there for other people to see. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. Got a lot of reviews on the way. Still got to get to that Super 7 Foot Soldier. We'll be getting to that here probably by the weekend. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.